Okay, so now I want to show you how to use the gradient mesh tool. So the gradient mesh tool was designed to allow you to create shapes that look like they have a painterly surface. And the idea is that I can use this to make something look like it's voluminous. Let's look at going in and working with that particular tool. So I'm going to delete all the shapes on the screen. This time I'll use select all, and then I'll just hit the delete key on my keyboard. I'm going to close those tools, and I want to create a shape. I'm going to use the ellipse. I'm going to draw an ellipse, and I'm going to fill it with a solid color. I'll fill it with a blue, and I'm going to take off the stroke. And I'm going to deselect the shape by clicking away from the shape. So now I'm ready to use the gradient mesh tool. So I'm going to go over and click on the gradient mesh tool. And what I need to do is choose a color that I want to offset. So I'm going to go over to my color palette. It's loaded with the color that's currently selected in here. And I'm just going to grab it and make it a bit darker. And then using the gradient mesh tool, I'm going to click down on the lower right-hand corner. And there I've deployed the gradient mesh tool. I'll grab my selection tool and click away. And what that does is starts to make the shape look like it's instead of being a flat disk, it looks more like a globe. I'm going to use the gradient mesh tool again. I'm going to click on the gradient mesh tool. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the color brighter. And I'll click in the upper left-hand corner. And then I'll click away, and I've used the gradient mesh tool. Generally, what I do is I just make a couple of clicks. If you start to make more, it falls apart pretty quickly. But basically, the idea is that I can take this gradient mesh tool, I can apply it to shapes, and I can make them look voluminous as opposed to flat. And that's really all there is to using the gradient mesh tool.